In the vast expanse of the cosmos, where stars twinkle like scattered diamonds in the velvet darkness, lies a tale of adventure, redemption, and the timeless allure of the unknown. Starborn Odyssey. The priceless heist takes you on a journey through galaxies, where danger lurks in the shadows and destiny hangs in the balance. At the heart of our tale is Captain Renix, a daring space pirate with a penchant for danger and a knack for trouble. His latest escapade involves the theft of a priceless artifact, a relic rumored to hold the key to unlocking untold power. But when the artifact accidentally triggers a cataclysmic event, Renix finds himself at the center of a cosmic storm, pursued by galactic authorities and rival pirates alike. With the fate of countless worlds hanging in the balance, Renix must navigate treacherous spaceways, forge uneasy alliances, and confront his own past to undo the damage he has unleashed. But as the lines between friend and foe blur, and the true nature of the artifact is revealed, Renix realizes that his quest for redemption may cost him everything he holds dear. Join Captain Renix and his ragtag crew as they embark on an epic adventure across the stars, where danger lurks at every turn, and the fate of the cosmos hangs in the balance. Chapter 1. The Artifact of Destiny. I am Captain Renix, scourge of the cosmos, master of the stars. Or so they say. Truth be told, I'm just a humble pirate with a knack for finding trouble in the most unlikely of places. It all started on a backwater planet at the edge of the galaxy, where rumors whispered of a relic of untold power hidden beneath the sands. They called it the Artifact of Destiny, a name befitting its legendary status. And where there's legend, there's bound to be treasure. So, armed with nothing but my wits and a rusty old ship held together by duct tape and sheer force of will, I set out to claim my prize. Little did I know, the artifact held secrets beyond my wildest imagination. But I'm getting ahead of myself. Let me start from the beginning. The sun beat down mercilessly as I trudged across the desert sands, my boots kicking up clouds of dust with every step. The coordinates led me to a crumbling temple, its ancient stones weathered by centuries of neglect. As I ventured inside, the air grew thick with the scent of age and decay. Cobwebs hung from the ceiling like tattered banners, and the faint echo of my footsteps was the only sound to break the silence. And then I saw it, nestled within a dusty alcove, bathed in the soft glow of sunlight streaming through a crack in the ceiling, was the artifact. It shimmered with an otherworldly light, pulsing with power that sent shivers down my spine. I reached out, my fingers trembling with anticipation, and grasped the artifact in my hand. And in that moment, everything changed. A surge of energy coursed through me, filling me with a sense of purpose unlike anything I had ever felt before. It was as if the artifact itself was speaking to me, calling out across the vast expanse of space and time. But before I could ponder its meaning, a deafening roar echoed through the temple, shaking the very foundations of the earth. And as I looked up, I saw a sight that sent a chill down my spine. The sky itself was splitting apart, torn asunder by forces beyond comprehension. And in that moment, I knew that I had unleashed something far greater than I could ever have imagined. But there was no time to dwell on the consequences of my actions. For as the cosmic rift widened, threatening to consume everything in its path, I knew that I was the only one who could set things right. And so, with the artifact clutched tightly in my hand, I raced back to my ship, the echoes of my footsteps drowned out by the roar of the approaching storm. Little did I know, my journey had only just begun. Chapter 2. A Theft Gone Awry. The chaos of the cosmic event was unlike anything I'd ever witnessed. As I sprinted back to my ship, sand whipping around me in a frenzy, I couldn't shake the feeling that this was only the beginning of a much larger storm. Reaching the rusty hull of my ship, the Stellar Rogue, I punched in the access code and threw open the hatch. The interior greeted me with its familiar scent of engine oil and stale air. My crew, a motley assortment of misfits and outcasts, were already scrambling to prepare for liftoff. Captain, Zara, my first mate and resident tech genius, called out as she hurried over to me. "What in the 7 stars did you do?" I shot her a wry grin, though my heart was heavy with the weight of what I had unleashed. Found a little something in that temple, I replied, holding up the artifact for her to see. Turns out it packs quite a punch. Zara's eyes widened in disbelief as she took in the sight before her. You stole that? She exclaimed, a mixture of awe and concern crossing her features. Stole might be a strong word, I mused, slipping the artifact into the pocket of my jacket. Let's just say it was a strategic acquisition. But before Zara could respond, the ship's comms crackled to life with the voice of our navigator, Kale. Captain, we've got company, he reported, his tone urgent. Looks like the local authorities caught wind of our little heist. I cursed under my breath, glancing out the viewport to see a squadron of sleek starfighters closing in fast. It seemed our escape would not be as easy as I had hoped. Strap in, everyone, I called out, making my way to the pilot's seat. Looks like we're in for a bumpy ride. With a roar of engines, the stellar rogue lifted off from the desert sands, leaving a trail of dust and debris in its wake. As we soared into the sky, pursued by the relentless forces of law and order, I couldn't help but wonder what other surprises lay in store for us on this journey across the stars. Chapter 3: Unleashing Chaos. The stellar rogue hurtled through the atmosphere, pursued by the relentless starfighters of the local authorities. With every maneuver, I pushed the ship to its limits, weaving through asteroid fields and skimming perilously close to the edge of a black hole. But no matter how hard I tried, it seemed like our pursuers were always one step behind. Their blaster fire peppered the shields of the rogue, sending sparks flying and alarms blaring throughout the ship. We can't keep this up much longer, Captain, Zara shouted from her station, frantically typing away at the controls. The shields are failing. I gritted my teeth in frustration, my hands flying across the controls as I tried to plot a course to safety. But with every evasive maneuver, it felt like we were only delaying the inevitable. And then, just when it seemed like all hope was lost, a miracle occurred. A rift in the fabric of space-time opened up before us, swirling with energy and possibility. Captain, look, Kale exclaimed, pointing to the anomaly on the viewscreen. It's some kind of wormhole. Without hesitation, I guided the stellar rogue towards the shimmering gateway, praying that it would lead us to safety. As we entered the swirling maelstrom, a sense of weightlessness washed over me, like I was being pulled into the embrace of the cosmos itself. And then, in the blink of an eye, we were through. The starfighters vanished from view, left behind in the turbulent currents of the wormhole. As I caught my breath, I glanced around the bridge to see the looks of disbelief on my crew's faces. We had cheated death once again, escaping the clutches of our pursuers by the skin of our teeth. But as I gazed out into the endless expanse of space, I couldn't shake the feeling that our troubles were far from over. For in the distance, beyond the reaches of known space, lay a darkness that threatened to consume us all. And as the stellar rogue hurtled onwards into the unknown, I knew that our journey was only just beginning. The artifact in my pocket pulsed with power, its secrets waiting to be unlocked. But little did I know, the true dangers that awaited us in the depths of the cosmos were beyond anything I could have ever imagined. And as we ventured further into the unknown, I couldn't help but wonder if we would ever find our way back home. Chapter 4: A Desperate Escape. The wormhole spat us out into a region of space unlike any I had ever seen. The stars here burned with an intensity that seemed to pierce through the very fabric of reality, casting strange shadows across the hull of the stellar rogue. As I surveyed our surroundings, a sense of unease settled over me like a heavy cloak. This was uncharted territory, a place where the laws of physics held no sway and the boundaries of reality blurred into nothingness. We're definitely not in Kansas anymore, I muttered to myself, earning a chuckle from Zara at her console. No kidding, Captain, she replied, her fingers flying across the controls as she scanned our surroundings for any signs of danger. This place gives me the creeps. I nodded in agreement, my gaze drawn to the artifact pulsing in my pocket. It seemed to resonate with the strange energy of this place, as if it were attuned to the very heartbeat of the cosmos. But there was no time to dwell on the mysteries of the universe. We had escaped the clutches of the local authorities, But who knew what other dangers lurked in the darkness of space? Kale, plot a course for the nearest inhabited system, I ordered, taking my seat at the helm. We need to resupply and figure out our next move. With a nod, Kale set to work, his fingers dancing across the navigation console with practiced ease. As the stellar rogue leapt into hyperspace once more, I couldn't shake the feeling that our troubles were far from over. But as long as we had each other, and the artifact by our side, I knew that we would find a way to navigate the perils of the cosmos. For we were not just a crew, but a family bound together by the ties of fate and fortune. And as the stars streaked past in a blur of light and color, I felt a glimmer of hope ignite within me. No matter what lay ahead, we would face it together, as we had always done. For we were the crew of the Stellar Rogue, and our adventures had only just begun. Chapter 5. Into the Unknown. The journey through hyperspace stretched on, the endless expanse of stars blurring into streaks of light as the Stellar Rogue hurtled towards its destination. With each passing moment, the sense of anticipation grew, mingling with the ever-present undercurrent of uncertainty. As the ship hummed with the thrum of its engines, I found myself lost in thought, pondering the events that had brought us to this point. The artifact, with its enigmatic power, seemed to hang heavy in the air, its presence a constant reminder of the cosmic forces at play. But amidst the uncertainty, there was a flicker of excitement, a thrill that pulsed through my veins like a current of electricity. For as daunting as the unknown might be, it was also a realm of infinite possibility, where every corner held the promise of discovery. Captain, Zara's voice broke through my reverie, pulling me back to the present. We're approaching the system. I nodded, tearing my gaze away from the view screen to focus on the task at hand. Whatever lay ahead, we would face it together, as a crew united in purpose and determination. As the Stellar Rogue dropped out of hyperspace, the familiar sight of a bustling spaceport came into view. Ships of all shapes and sizes darted to and fro, their hulls gleaming in the light of distant stars. Prepare for landing, I called out, guiding the ship towards the nearest docking bay with practiced precision. As the Rogue touched down with a gentle thud, I couldn't help but feel a sense of relief wash over me. But our respite would be short-lived. For as we stepped out onto the bustling streets of the spaceport, I knew that our journey was far from over. The artifact still held many secrets, and the dangers of the cosmos loomed ever closer. But as long as we stood together, as a crew bound by the ties of loyalty and friendship, I was confident that we could overcome whatever challenges lay ahead. For we were not just travelers in the vast expanse of space, but pioneers forging a path through the unknown, one star at a time. Chapter 6. Alliance of Necessity. The spaceport buzzed with activity as we made our way through the crowded streets, the sounds of alien languages mingling with the hum of engines and the clatter of footsteps. Everywhere I looked, beings of all shapes and sizes bustled about their business, each with their own story to tell. But amidst the chaos, there was a sense of camaraderie, a shared understanding that, in the vastness of space, cooperation was key to survival. And as we navigated the labyrinthine corridors of the spaceport, I couldn't help but feel a sense of kinship with those around us. We need to find someone who can help us, Zara remarked, her eyes scanning the bustling crowd for any sign of a potential ally. Someone who knows the ins and outs of this sector. I nodded in agreement, my gaze sweeping over the throngs of beings as we made our way deeper into the heart of the spaceport. And then, as if by fate, I spotted a familiar face in the crowd. Korvax, I called out, waving to catch the attention of the grizzled old smuggler who had once saved our skins on more than one occasion. The old Korvax turned, his eyes widening in recognition as he spotted us weaving through the crowd towards him. Captain Renix, he exclaimed, his voice hoarse with age. What brings you to this neck of the woods? I grinned, clasping his outstretched hand in a firm shake. We're in a bit of a tight spot, I admitted, glancing around to make sure no prying ears were listening in. We need your help. Korvax raised an eyebrow, a knowing gleam in his eye. Trouble with the authorities again? I take it? I nodded, filling him in on the events that had transpired since our last encounter. As I spoke, his expression grew increasingly serious, his gaze flicking to the artifact tucked away in my pocket. "Sounds like you've got your work cut out for you," he remarked, his tone grave. "But you're not alone. I've got a few contacts in this sector who might be able to lend a hand." Relief flooded through me at his words, gratitude welling up in my chest. In the vast expanse of space, allies were a rare commodity, and I knew that we would need all the help we could get if we were to unravel the mysteries of the artifact and set things right. "Lead the way," I said, falling into step beside Korvax as he guided us through the labyrinthine corridors of the spaceport. With his help, perhaps we stood a chance of navigating the treacherous waters of the cosmos and emerging victorious on the other side. Chapter 7. Pursuit Across the Stars. With Korvax's guidance, we slipped through the shadows of the spaceport, avoiding the prying eyes of the authorities as we made our way to the rendezvous point. The air was thick with tension as we moved with purpose, our senses alert for any signs of trouble. As we reached the dimly lit alley where our contact was waiting, I couldn't shake the feeling that we were walking into a trap. But with no other options available to us, we pressed on, our footsteps echoing against the cold metal walls. And then, emerging from the shadows like a specter of the night, our contact appeared. A hooded figure, cloaked in darkness, their features obscured by the depths of their hood. "You're late," the figure rasped, their voice a low whisper that sent shivers down my spine. "We had a few complications," I replied, stepping forward to meet them. "But we're here now. What do you have for us?" The figure nodded, reaching into the folds of their cloak to produce a data chip gleaming in the dim light. "Everything you need to stay one step ahead of the authorities," they said, their voice dripping with intrigue. I took the chip, slipping it into the pocket of my jacket with a nod of thanks. "We appreciate the help," I said, eyeing the figure warily. "But I can't help but wonder, what's in it for you?" A sly grin spread across the figure's lips, though their features remained hidden in the shadows. "Let's just say I have a vested interest in seeing you succeed," they replied cryptically. "But remember, Captain Renix, not everything is as it seems in the world of pirates and thieves." And with that ominous warning, the figure disappeared back into the darkness, leaving us to ponder their words as we made our way back to the Stellar Rogue. As we boarded the ship once more, I couldn't help but wonder what other secrets lurked in the shadows of the cosmos, waiting to be uncovered. But one thing was certain. With the data chip in our possession, we were one step closer to unraveling the mysteries of the artifact and uncovering the truth behind the cosmic event that had set our journey in motion. Chapter 8. The Enigma of the Artifact. Back on board the Stellar Rogue, I inserted the data chip into the ship's terminal, eager to uncover the secrets it held. The screen flickered to life, displaying a flurry of encrypted files and coded messages. With Zara's expert hacking skills, we began the painstaking process of decrypting the data, each byte unraveling another layer of the mystery surrounding the artifact. As the hours stretched on, we pored over every scrap of information, piecing together a puzzle that spanned the breadth of the cosmos. And then, amidst the sea of data, we found it. A series of ancient texts and star maps that hinted at the true nature of the artifact and its connection to a long-forgotten civilization. "It's a map," Zara exclaimed, her eyes wide with excitement as she studied the holographic projection before us. "A map to the heart of the cosmos." I nodded, my heart pounding with anticipation. If what the data suggested was true, then the artifact held the key to unlocking the greatest mystery of all, the origins of the universe itself. But as we delved deeper into the data, we soon realized that we were not the only ones seeking the artifact's power. Rival pirates, mercenaries, and even agents of the galactic authorities were hot on our trail, each with their own designs on the artifact and the cosmic power it promised. "We need to move quickly," I said, my voice grave as I studied the data before us. "The artifact may hold the answers we seek, but it also poses a grave threat in the wrong hands." And so, with a sense of urgency burning in our hearts, we plotted a course to the coordinates hidden within the data, determined to unlock the secrets of the artifact and prevent it from falling into the wrong hands. But little did we know, the journey ahead would test us in ways we could never have imagined, pushing us to the brink of our limits and forcing us to confront the darkest corners of the cosmos. For the artifact was not just a relic of the past, but a harbinger of the future, its power destined to shape the fate of the universe itself. Chapter 9: Betrayal in the Void. As the stellar rogue hurtled through the void of space towards the coordinates hidden within the data, tensions ran high among the crew. The revelation that we were not alone in our pursuit of the artifact weighed heavily on our minds, casting a shadow of doubt over our every move. But amidst the uncertainty, there was a glimmer of hope, a determination that burned bright in our hearts as we forged ahead into the unknown. For we were not just a crew, but a family bound together by the ties of loyalty and friendship, ready to face whatever dangers lay ahead. Or so I thought. As we neared our destination, whispers of dissent began to echo through the corridors of the stellar rogue, doubts and suspicions festering like a cancer within our ranks. And then, in the dead of night, betrayal struck like a dagger in the dark. I awoke to the sound of alarms blaring throughout the ship, the scent of smoke filling the air as flames licked at the walls. Rushing to the bridge, I found chaos reigning supreme, my crew locked in a desperate struggle for control. "What's happening?" I demanded, my voice barely audible over the din of battle. Zara turned to face me, her eyes wild with fear and anger. "It's Kale," she spat, her words dripping with venom. "He's betrayed us." I felt as if the air had been punched from my lungs, disbelief washing over me like a tidal wave. Kale, my trusted navigator, my friend. How could he betray us like this? But there was no time to dwell on the betrayal. With the ship tearing itself apart around us, I knew that our only hope lay in rallying together and fighting back against the traitor in our midst. With gritted teeth and fire in our hearts, we fought tooth and nail to regain control of the stellar rogue, our bonds of friendship tested to their breaking point. And as the dust settled and the smoke cleared, I knew that nothing would ever be the same again. For in the cold expanse of space, trust was a rare commodity, easily shattered by the harsh realities of survival. But amidst the wreckage of our shattered dreams, I vowed to rebuild, to rise from the ashes stronger and more determined than ever before. For the journey ahead would be long and perilous, filled with trials and tribulations beyond our wildest imaginings. But as long as we stood together, as a crew united in purpose and resolve, I knew that we would find a way to overcome whatever obstacles lay in our path. For we were the crew of the stellar rogue, and our adventures had only just begun. Chapter 10: Racing Against Time. With the betrayal of Kale still fresh in our minds, we pressed on towards the coordinates hidden within the data, our resolve hardened by the trials we had faced. Every moment felt like an eternity as we raced against time, the fate of the cosmos hanging in the balance. But as we neared our destination, it became clear that we were not the only ones seeking the artifact's power. Rival pirates, mercenaries, and agents of the galactic authorities all converged on the same point, their ships blotting out the stars as they vied for control. "We're outnumbered," Zara remarked, her voice tight with tension as she monitored the approaching vessels on the viewscreen. "There's no way we can take them all on." I gritted my teeth in frustration, knowing that she was right. We were facing overwhelming odds with no guarantee of success. But then, an idea began to form in the back of my mind, a desperate gamble born of necessity. If we couldn't overpower our enemies through force, perhaps we could outmaneuver them instead. "Plot a course through the asteroid field," I commanded, my voice steady despite the rising tide of panic within me. "We'll use it as cover to slip past their defenses." Zara nodded, her fingers flying across the navigation console as she calculated the safest route through the treacherous field of space debris. With each passing moment, the tension on board the stellar rogue grew thicker, the air heavy with anticipation. And then, with a roar of engines, we plunged into the asteroid field, the ship weaving and dodging between the looming rocks with practiced precision. Blaster fire erupted all around us as our enemies gave chase, their ships struggling to keep pace amidst the chaos. But as we neared the coordinates of the artifact, A sense of triumph surged within me. We had outmaneuvered our enemies, slipping through their fingers like grains of sand through an hourglass. And as the artifact came into view, shimmering with an otherworldly light amidst the darkness of space, I knew that our journey was far from over. But with every obstacle we overcame, with every challenge we faced head-on, I grew more confident that we would emerge victorious in the end. For we were the crew of the Stellar Rogue, and no matter what dangers lay ahead, we would face them together, as a family united in purpose and resolve. And as we reached out to claim the artifact, I felt a sense of destiny unfolding around us, guiding us towards a future filled with endless possibilities. Chapter 11: A Fractured Cosmos. As we reached out to claim the artifact, a surge of energy coursed through the Stellar Rogue, sending shivers down my spine. The artifact pulsed with an otherworldly light, its power resonating with the very fabric of the cosmos. But as I reached out to touch it, a voice echoed in the depths of my mind, ancient and wise beyond measure. "Captain Renix," the voice whispered, its words a faint echo in the vast expanse of space. "You have awakened the power of the artifact, but with it comes great responsibility." I blinked in surprise, my mind reeling from the sudden intrusion. Who or what was speaking to me? "The artifact is a key," the voice continued, its tone solemn. "A key to unlocking the secrets of the cosmos and restoring balance to the fractured universe." Fractured universe? The words sent a chill down my spine, filling me with a sense of foreboding. What had we stumbled upon? But before I could ponder the voice's cryptic message any further, a deafening roar filled the air as the space around us began to warp and twist, reality itself bending to the will of the artifact. With a shock of realization, I understood. The artifact was not just a relic of the past, but a beacon of hope in a universe on the brink of collapse. And as its power surged through me, I knew that our journey was far from over. But with every revelation came a new challenge, and as the fabric of reality began to unravel around us, I knew that we would need all the help we could get if we were to restore balance to the fractured cosmos. And so, with a renewed sense of purpose burning in our hearts, we set out once more into the unknown, our destiny intertwined with the fate of the universe itself. For we were not just adventurers in search of treasure, but guardians of the cosmos, entrusted with the task of shaping the future of all existence. Chapter 12: Echoes of Legend. As we ventured deeper into the unknown, the echoes of legend whispered through the void, guiding us towards our next destination. The artifact pulsed with a newfound intensity, its power resonating with the ancient forces that shaped the cosmos. With each passing moment, the mysteries of the artifact unfolded before us like pages in a forgotten tome, revealing secrets that had been lost to the sands of time. But with every revelation came new questions, new challenges that tested the limits of our resolve. And as we delved deeper into the heart of the cosmos, we encountered beings of unimaginable power and wisdom, guardians of the ancient realms who watched over the universe with eyes as old as time itself. "Welcome, travelers," one such being intoned, their voice a gentle echo in the vastness of space. "You have come seeking the truth, and truth you shall find." I bowed respectfully, humbled by the presence of such cosmic beings. "We seek to restore balance to the fractured cosmos," I said, my voice steady despite the weight of the task before us. "But we cannot do it alone." The being nodded, their gaze piercing through the depths of my soul. "Indeed," they replied, "the path ahead is fraught with peril, but with courage and determination, you may yet succeed." And so, with the guidance of these ancient guardians, we continued our journey through the cosmos, each step bringing us closer to the heart of the mystery that had brought us together. But as the echoes of legend faded into the void, I couldn't shake the feeling that our true trials still lay ahead. For the fate of the universe hung in the balance, and only by unlocking the secrets of the artifact could we hope to restore harmony to the fractured cosmos. And so, with hope burning bright in our hearts, we pressed on, our destiny intertwined with the echoes of legend that guided our path through the endless expanse of space. Chapter 13: The Last Stand. As we journeyed deeper into the cosmos, The forces arrayed against us grew stronger with each passing moment. Rival pirates, agents of the galactic authorities, and even ancient cosmic beings sought to thwart our quest, their intentions shrouded in mystery and deceit. But amidst the chaos and uncertainty, one thing remained clear. We would not falter in the face of adversity. For we were the crew of the stellar rogue, bound together by bonds forged in the crucible of the cosmos, our resolve unyielding in the face of overwhelming odds. And so, as our enemies closed in around us, we prepared for the final showdown, our hearts heavy with the weight of the task before us. But as the battle raged on, a glimmer of hope emerged amidst the darkness, a beacon of light that pierced through the veil of despair. For the artifact pulsed with an otherworldly power, its energy surging through us like a torrential wave, imbuing us with strength and determination beyond measure. With each blow we struck, each obstacle we overcame, the artifact's power grew stronger, until it seemed as if nothing could stand in our way. But as the battle reached its climax, a shadow fell over the battlefield, a darkness that threatened to consume us all. For the true mastermind behind the cosmic event had been lurking in the shadows all along, their machinations weaving a web of deceit and betrayal that threatened to tear the universe apart at the seams. And as the final confrontation loomed on the horizon, I knew that our journey was far from over. For the fate of the cosmos hung in the balance, and only by confronting the darkness within ourselves could we hope to emerge victorious in the end. But with the artifact's power coursing through our veins, and the bonds of friendship and loyalty that bound us together as one, I knew that we would face whatever lay ahead with courage and resolve. For we were not just adventurers in search of treasure, but guardians of the cosmos, entrusted with the task of shaping the destiny of all existence. Chapter 14: The Cosmic Convergence. As the final battle raged on, the forces of light and darkness clashed in a titanic struggle that echoed throughout the cosmos. Blaster fire lit up the void of space, casting long shadows across the battlefield as ships maneuvered and clashed in a deadly dance of death and destruction. But amidst the chaos, a new threat emerged, a dark presence that loomed over the battlefield like a shadowy specter. It was the mastermind behind the cosmic event, their true intentions finally laid bare for all to see. With a wave of their hand, they unleashed a wave of energy that sent shockwaves rippling through the fabric of reality, tearing at the very seams of the universe itself. Planets trembled and stars flickered as the cosmic balance hung in the balance, teetering on the edge of oblivion. But as despair threatened to consume us all, a glimmer of hope emerged from the darkness. For the artifact, imbued with the power of the cosmos, pulsed with an otherworldly light, its energy surging through us like a beacon of hope in the darkest of nights. With a cry of defiance, we rallied to its call, our hearts burning with determination as we faced our final adversary. With every blow we struck, every barrier we shattered, the artifact's power grew stronger, until it seemed as if nothing could stand in our way. And then, with a burst of blinding light, the darkness was vanquished, its grip on the cosmos shattered like glass. The forces of light and darkness clashed one final time, their energies colliding in a cataclysmic explosion that reverberated throughout the universe. And as the dust settled and the echoes of battle faded into silence, we stood victorious, our hearts heavy with the weight of the sacrifices we had made. But amidst the wreckage of war, a new dawn emerged, a dawn of hope and renewal that promised a brighter future for all who called the cosmos home. For we had faced the ultimate challenge and emerged triumphant, our bonds of friendship and loyalty stronger than ever before. And as we set out once more into the endless expanse of space, I knew that our journey was far from over. But with the artifact by our side, and the lessons we had learned along the way guiding our path, I was confident that whatever trials lay ahead, we would face them together, as a crew united in purpose and resolve. For we were not just travelers in the cosmos, but pioneers forging a path through the unknown, one star at a time. And as we ventured forth into the uncharted depths of space, I knew that our greatest adventures were yet to come. Chapter 15: A New Beginning. With the cosmic event thwarted and balance restored to the universe, a sense of peace descended upon the cosmos like a gentle breeze. The stars shone brighter, the planets spun in harmony, and the echoes of war faded into the annals of history. But amidst the tranquility, a new chapter awaited us. A chapter filled with endless possibilities and untold adventures. For we were not just survivors of the cosmic convergence, but pioneers forging a path through the unknown, one star at a time. As we set out once more into the depths of space, the artifact pulsing with life at our side, I couldn't help but feel a sense of excitement coursing through my veins. For the journey ahead held endless opportunities for discovery and exploration, each new horizon promising untold wonders waiting to be uncovered. But as we charted our course through the cosmos, one thing remained clear. Our journey was far from over. With every star we visited, every planet we explored, we would encounter new challenges and new adversaries, each one testing the limits of our courage and resolve. But with the artifact's power guiding our way, and the bonds of friendship and loyalty that bound us together as one, I knew that we would face whatever lay ahead with courage and determination. And so, with the stars as our guide and the cosmos as our playground, we ventured forth into the unknown, ready to embrace whatever adventures awaited us on the horizon. For we were the crew of the Stellar Rogue, and our journey had only just begun.